Hi again, in this video I'm going to walk you through the settings page on mobile ATM. Just tell you what everything is, explain how it affects your plugin and what would be best for you to use in your situation. The first option you'll see is your plugin page. In here, if you click the drop down box, you'll see a list of all the pages you have on your site. All you have to do is add a page in the usual way from the WordPress menu and then select which one you would like to be the base page for the plugin from here. One thing to note is that what you could do is add a general mobile marketing or mobile websites page to your website that normal viewers can look at with just general information on mobile sites on, and then you could also use that for your plugin page, because I'll show you here what will happen is, this is the demo I've set up here. If I go to the root page, it will actually show the content that I've added to that page. But if I go back to the landing page that the plugin has generated, you'll see that content isn't actually shown, so it is dynamic in that sense. Hide page from navigation, fairly self-explanatory. What this will do is, if your theme is using the default WordPress method of listing your pages, this will quite simply make it so that it isn't shown. It's important to note that if you are using a custom menu and you explicitly tell it that to include the mobile plugin page, then it will still be shown. Same as if you're using a theme that lists pages in its own way as opposed to using the standard default method, it will still be shown, so it is theme specific. The next option we've got is page layout. You've got two options to choose from here. The most popular and the one we've got set as default is two phones, which looks like this. What this will show is the company's current website on the left and the demo example website, which is on the right, and that shows them basically what a website should look like compared to what theirs does. If we switch this to one phone, I'll show you quickly how that looks. I'll just refresh this page. You see there the difference. One important thing to mention is that if you're using the two phone layout, let me just update that again, is that your theme physically has to be wide enough to fit these two phones side by side. I've had a few queries on the support desk where they would be kind of staggered, one around here, one around here. That is because there isn't enough space. A common theme I'm getting this query on is 2011, which is what I'm actually using here. But 2011 by default has a lot of padding either side of the content. So even though the theme looks wide enough to use, it's not. So if you just change up the CSS in your theme, if you're using 2011 or something similar, or use a different theme, you should be alright. The next setting to look at is the second phone URL. This is the default website that will be shown in the second phone simulator right here. What I recommend is just setting this to a generic mobile demo site, and then you can, if needed, set this per business in the future as well. This is just a fallback. So if there isn't one set specifically for each business page, this will be used. The next option, show QR codes. Show you what this will do. If I enable this and then refresh, what this will do is add a couple of QR codes, or one if you're using the one phone layout, just so that customers can scan the QR codes and then they'll be immediately taken to the website that's listed above, just so they can verify that this is what their website looks like on a phone, or this is what your demo website looks like on their phone. Then we got contact form color, again fairly self-explanatory. What this will do is change the color of the contact form down here. The default setting is grey, but you've got a number of different ones to choose from. Just choose one that fits in with your theme and the look and style of your website. So here, I'll show you how it changes. There we go. We've got a few different options. The next option on the settings page actually gets quite a few queries. It's the show name field option. The way the plugin works by default is if a contact name has already been inserted for a business, then it will just show the phone number field here. This is in order to keep it as brief and simple as possible, because simplifying your process usually means increased conversions. If no contact name is present in the database already, then it will also show a name field here. If you want to overwrite that behavior, just set this box to yes. If I update this now and refresh, you'll see that down here we've got the contact name and phone number boxes displayed. This is useful if you want to be doubly sure that you have got the right contact name before you contact a business by phone. The next option on this list is our from address, email address. All emails that the plugin sends out will be set as being from this address here. So just put your company address in, whichever email address you want to use. Same here, this is the name that will be used. So in my example, everything will be going out from kyle@kylecollier.com with the name Kyle Collier. The next one we're going to look at is our email method. This is basically just the way that the plugin sends out emails. The default option is PHP, which will be fine for most people. If you do have problems, or you like the advantages that SMTP will give you, which is slightly increased deliverability rates, and you won't be affected by any restrictions on PHP mail that's placed by your hosts, then use SMTP. Setup's fairly easy. All we need is your SMTP host, which is usually just mail.yourdomain.com, your SMTP port, usually 26, your SMTP username, which is usually your email address, and your password, which obviously only you will know. Put those details in, click test SMTP. Another nice feature we've added into the plugin is the ability to integrate read notify with the plugin. This basically means that every time you send out an email to a business saying, hey, your mobile site isn't very good, take a look at this page to see what I mean, etc., your email will first go through read notify, which adds a bit of HTML to the email and then allows you to track when a business or a person has viewed that page. Inside your read notify account, it looks something like this. You have a list of all the emails that have been sent through the system, and then if an email has been opened, you'll get a green tick here, and then you'll be able to view a scary amount of details, actually, including time that it was opened, their approximate location, browser, etc. It's not totally necessary for use of the plugin, but it does add a nice extra level of tracking for all of your activities. Important to note that read notify isn't 100%, because it adds what it does is it adds an HTML image, an invisible image to each email, which means the person viewing the email needs to have an HTML compatible email client, which isn't usually a problem, but they also need to view images, which in most browsers nowadays, most clients, sorry, they won't show images by default, so they will physically have to say view images in order for it to be able to track. The next couple of options are when to send emails from within the system. Send email on view allows you to set whether or not an email should be sent to yourself to this address up here when a business first views a page that you have created for them. The second one is send email on submit, which allows you to say if you'd like to have an email sent to you when a business requests information on your mobile services. The way I would suggest most people having it set up is no on send email on view and yes on send email on submit. If you are particularly proactive in your marketing, you may want to set this to yes, send email on view, just because it would allow you to instantly know when a business has viewed your page, therefore expressed at least an interest in your services. So you could ring them up and say, you know, I've seen that you viewed the page. Would you like some more information? We've also got options down here to BCC particular emails to other email addresses other than the default one you've set up here in the email address field. We've got the business email BCC, which would just copy in any email addresses here when you send out the initial email to a company. They've got the page view BCC, which will copy in any email addresses here when a company views a page, and the contact request BCC, which will copy in any email addresses that are in this box when a company actually contacts you for information on your services. Most people won't use these, but we've had a few requests to include it from mainly bigger companies that say you have different sections of your company that deal with marketing and sales. You may have a specific person in your company whose job is to just follow up these contact requests, so you could have the email go into them. The next option we have here is the thank you text. This is quite simply the text that will be displayed in this box here once somebody has filled in their contact name, phone number, and clicked contact me. So we could change that to thanks a bunch. So I just have to get rid of that. So it's now changed that to thanks a bunch. Just fill this in. Then you'll see that that text is displayed there. The next set of options you will only see if you've got the Pro upgrade, and it's really powerful, so I'd urge you guys to take a look at it if you haven't already gone for the Pro upgrade. And it's the Twilio integration that allows you to send text messages from within the plugin. So if you've got the Pro upgrade and you want to use Twilio, set the first box to yes, and then you'll be given a load more options. First one we need to set is if you're using a Twilio trial account or not. This is if a message within the plugin goes over the character limit that is set by Twilio, the amount of space we have available to send text alters between a trial account and a normal account. So to calculate the space we have available properly, we just need to know this. The account SID can be found if you log into your Twilio account. See, I'm using a trial account here. Account SID can be found here. The next option we need is your auth token, which is found to the right of the account SID. You have to click this padlock, which will display the auth token. Just copy and paste back into your settings. Your Twilio phone number is the phone number that Twilio created for you, and messages will be sent out from. So just go to numbers on the top of the page, and then you will see your Twilio numbers. You may have more than one depending on how you have your Twilio account set up. So we just want this number here. Don't put any spaces, symbols, hyphens, brackets, just the plain number there. The next option is your phone number. This is the the mobile number you want to actually receive the text messages to. So this will typically be your own mobile number. If you're using a trial account, you'll have to use numbers that are verified by yourself, which are just in the verified section in Twilio here. Again, no spaces, symbols, spaces, brackets, anything like that, just the plain number. Remember to include the country code as well. If you aren't using a Twilio trial account, I believe you can just use any phone number you like and add it into that box there. The next two options we've got mimic the email settings. This is basically just telling the plugin if you want to receive a text message to the number above when the company views your page, and this one here, and when a company actually requests information on your mobile services, which is set by this box here. So when you've gone through all your settings, set it how you want it, just click update and you're good to go.